Hey, what's going on everyone? So today I want to show you the absolute best way how you can add Christmas lights onto your vehicle for the Christmas season. So what a lot of people do when they want to run Christmas lights on their vehicles is they just go to the store, buy some string lights off the shelf, and then they get an inverter, plug it into there, and that's how they power up their Christmas lights. But there is actually a better way to do it. I didn't know it until recently, but there is actually a company out there that sells 12-volt DC Christmas lights. So here they are right here. If I go ahead and move this box to the side, I have a Milwaukee M12 battery there, which is a 12-volt battery. And if I go ahead and plug this in, look at that. They light up. So there are three main benefits of using 12-volt DC Christmas lights over the traditional AC Christmas lights in a vehicle application. The first benefit is that there is no need for an inverter. You don't need this at all. In the package, they actually include a cigarette lighter, 12-volt style plug that you can just go ahead, plug right into your vehicle, and that's it. You're good to go. The lights are powered. Now, the second benefit is that if one of these bulbs were to go out, the entire strand is still going to function normally, and it's not going to black out like traditional AC Christmas lights. And the third benefit is that these lights are weather sealed, so they are much more resistant to corrosion, which is a good thing because if you're putting these on your vehicle in the winter, if you have snow there, they're going to get some salt on them, and if they aren't weather resistant, they're probably going to start corroding and stop working. So these specific lights that I got here are actually from a company called Christmas Light Source. Now, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, I just bought these. There might be some of these lights on Amazon, I'm not really sure. This is definitely a specialty thing that you're going to have to order online. If you go into almost like any store like a Walmart, they're not going to have 12-volt DC Christmas lights. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at these. So these are the lights I went with. I got a total of 6 packages. Now on each one of these strings you have a total of 20 bulbs. I opted for the multicolor string lights. You can also go ahead and get these in a warm white color or a neutral white, and they got some other colors as well. And also they do sell these strings in white as well, so if you want white or green, depending on your application, you can get both. Now on this set of string lights, there's actually 2 parts. So if I go ahead and pull this apart, there is a little plug on them. So the first part is your extension cord. So this does have a 12-volt cigarette lighter on here. So you can just go ahead and plug that right into the inside of your vehicle and then run this wire to the outside. For my install, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to go ahead, cut the cigarette lighter off here, and wire this to a different 12-volt source on a switch. So then the second part is the string lights. So the funny thing is they actually give you a 12-volt cigarette lighter style plug in each one of the packages. So if I go ahead and open up another one of these packages, you can see they give you another plug. That does seem a little bit wasteful that they're going to send you a plug for each one of these different packages that you buy here. So if you have to order multiple strands, just disregard the extra plugs that they give you. On their website, they do say you can run a total of 30 of these Christmas light strands on one power source. So one thing that I thought I would mention is that these bulbs on here are not replaceable. If I go ahead and bring this up to the camera right here, it looks like you could just go ahead and pop them out, but you actually can't. Now you would think this would be a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing because these are sealed in there, and that's going to prevent corrosion of these sockets, which will cause the light to stop working. So I'm going to be adding these strands to the top of my roof rack here, but let's go ahead and just jump right up on here, and we could start stringing the lights first, and then I'll worry about hooking them up to a 12-volt power source. So I'll go ahead and start right here, work my way around here. I want to wrap these on here pretty tight, so I want to make a lot of loops kind of close together because these lights are 6 inches apart. I kind of want to wrap it closer together so I get more light density. You get more lights on the side of this rack and whatnot. And it is kind of nice that these strands are a little bit shorter at 10 feet each, so it makes it easier to kind of wrap these around here like that. Now originally when I was calculating how many light strands I needed, I just went ahead and started wrapping an extension cord around here before I actually bought any of the lights to try to get an idea of how much I think I would need. So that kind of gave me a baseline. Okay, so I started winding it a little bit too tight, so I'm going to back off on how tight I'm winding it, how many times I'm looping it around here. First time I did it, I made it to right about here, so I would need 3 strands per this side, and then another 3 here, and then 1 right here, and 1 right here. I only have 6, so I'm going to try to do 2 strands on this side, 2 on that side, 1 there, using up all 6. All right, let's just go ahead and do a time lapse. Alright, I got the Christmas lights wrapped all the way around the rack. Now we can go ahead and test them out by plugging them into the 12-volt cigarette lighter. That's not actually how I'm going to be wiring them up, but plug that in. And as you can see, they work. Now the way how I'm actually going to be wiring these up is I'm going to be bringing this wire right here down into here, into the engine bay right here, where I have a S-Pod rocker switch system. So if I bring you back in here, I actually already have a switch panel with some blanks in there. So I'm going to use this switch right there to turn them on and off. Now, if you guys want, you totally can just go ahead and use the 12-volt cigarette lighter output, to turn them on and off. You could definitely go ahead and kind of like hide this wire, like run it up here, and kind of hide it, get it out of your way. Okay, so I went ahead and connected the extension that was included in the package to the lights right here, and I'm going to run it down the A-pillar, hide it behind right here, under the fake air vent right here, and right into the engine bay where the S-Pod is. If you guys aren't sure what this is, I do have a video already on my YouTube channel on how I installed that. So basically, I'll just be hooking it up to one of the circuits in there, and then I can control the lights by the switch. Okay, so I brought down the extension wire to here. I went ahead and cut off the original 12-volt cigarette lighter plug right there, and then I added some wire terminals onto here. Got it hooked up to the S-Pod right now, and now we can go ahead and test it out. Close the hood, come to the interior, turn on the third switch, just like that, and there are our lights, working as they should. All of them working right there. So yeah, and that completes the project. But let me go ahead and bring it outside and show you what it looks like at night. And that's it. Overall, I'm super happy with how these Christmas lights turned out. I think they look really good. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave these lights on at night when I'm parked in my driveway. I'm going to be able to do this because I have a onboard battery charger that'll plug in at night so I can keep my battery topped off and I don't have to worry about these lights draining the battery or anything. And I can run them all night for the Christmas season. So obviously you guys can take this concept a lot farther than I did. You can go ahead and add some lights to the front, to the back, to the sides, whatever you want to do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you later.